functionaries and sergeant-at-arms have all been fully briefed on the rules. The contestants have all been informed of the location of the timing light as well as the speaking area. They will be able to use this entire area here up to this location as their speaking area. Before we get started, there are a few do's and don'ts. Number one, no flash photography during the contest. If you have a camera and you want to take a picture, please turn the flash off. The second thing we need to ask is that you turn off your cell phones and pagers. We don't want someone to be in the middle of their speech and all of a sudden we hear someone ringing us from the other room or from your purse. So please, if you would, turn those off. The sergeant-at-arms, we have one at the door. We have two others who are going to escort our contestants to the speaking and the preparation area at the appropriate time. Timers, if you would, take a check on the timing light. The green light will come on at 2 minutes, the amber at 2.5, and the red light will come on at 3 minutes, and it will remain on. Contestants will be disqualified if they speak less than 1 minute and 30 seconds or more than 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Protests are limited to the judges and the contestants. The decision of the judges is final. Announcements and the results are final. I'm sure you're now ready to know, what's the speaking order? Who's going to be first? Tasha Sandoval is going to be our first speaker. Speaker number 2 is Lenny Dingman. Speaker number 3 is Jamie Davis. And speaker number 4 is Jim Hull. The contest will begin with a test speech. Following the test speech, the contestants will be escorted by the sergeant-at-arms to a preparation room where they will have 5 minutes to prepare their evaluation. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would give your attention to our test speaker, Adrian Tyson, the pleasure of reading, Adrian Tyson.
I know many of you probably like books. This is just a small sample of the type of book that I like. But in my research for one of my speeches in the interpretive reading manual, I came across an author that I do one of my speeches on that I really, really enjoyed reading about because I liked his thoughts and ideas about reading, and I thought I would share those. Because I realized that reading is something that touches all of us. And it's something that we can all benefit from. Not just personally, but also it's something that we can use to help others. William Lyon Phelps, an author, an actor, educator, a literary critic. This man accomplished a lot in his lifetime. He really did. But one of the things I especially enjoyed reading about his autobiography is his love of books. The way he expressed it was so eloquent. Mr. Lyon, in one of his radio broadcasts, said that the Can you put a little mark there where you stop? Can you really highlight your favorite passages in that story? No, because it's not yours to do that with. Hopefully, eventually, it has to be returned to the library or to the owner, wherever you got it from. But then he went on to explain how much better it is to own our own books. His idea is that every single person should have a library. He actually has a library, believe it or not. He claims he has over 6,000 books in that library. But with his background, I would not be surprised if he did, because of the way he explained his joy of reading. I don't have 6,000 books. I've read a lot of books, but nowhere near 6,000. But it just goes to show you, when you own your own book, you can read it, you can turn the pages over, you can highlight your favorite passages, you can go back and share it with somebody that you really appreciate and say, wow, I read this in this book, look at this, when they come to your house. Because the book is on your shelf. And if you have it and it's not there, it's like, wow, I love this book. And I wanted to show you something, but now I don't have it. So owning your own books really makes a big difference in adding to your pleasure of reading. And I think we can all agree with that. One of the statements that Mr. Phelps made, and I'm going to read it directly from his speech that he made because I thought it was very interesting. He said that when we own our own book and we go back to a passage that we really enjoyed, this is the term that he used. He said it's like visiting a forest where you once blazed the trail. I like that because and we have some books and stories that we read that really stick with us, don't they? They really impress us and have a profound effect on us. And then we think about that passage again. We can go back and revisit it. You can open that book and read it over again. And it really is like revisiting a really good memory that we once had. Now, my thing is that, what about you all? Do you like to read books? Do you have some that you especially enjoy reading? Today, now, unlike in Mr. Phelps' time, probably the biggest pastime is to sit and read a book near a fireplace. But today, technology has changed that, hasn't it? You don't have to necessarily sit at home and read a book. You can listen to books on tape, on the way to work. You can listen to books on MP3 player while you're running and jogging. You can get on your computer now. There's electronic books. So really, any excuses that may have been evident during Mr. Phelps' time have pretty much totally been done away with. There's not a whole lot of reason a person can say that they can't read a nice book, other than if they just can't read. But in today's age, of course, there's a lot of advancement even in increasing or decreasing rather, the amount of reading literacy in our country, isn't it? So today, most people can appreciate some kinds of books. Now, for myself, these are just a few of the books that I like to read. I have read and enjoyed. I like exercise books. I have a book about music appreciation, one of my favorites. Of course, I have children's books here because I have grandsons, and I love their books sometimes better than my own. And of course, how-to-do books, self-help books. So we have a plethora of books that we can use and enjoy. We have a really nice library downtown. Take advantage of it.